Yesterday's incident involving a UN convoy stopped by Israeli forces is the latest example of the unacceptable dangers and impediment that humanitarian personnel in Gaza are experiencing.
All right. How is this an incident? Let me know what is considered an incident. An incident is when Mr. Fong is walking through Chinatown and sees a beautiful Chinese girl passing by, and Mr. Fong is stretching its neck all the way and then doesn't see the light pole and bumps into it. Boom! That's an incident. This is not an incident. Let him tell you why it is not an incident. So people should stop calling it an incident, and especially him.
The convoy was carrying 12 staff members on their way to support the polio vaccination campaign in northern Gaza. Its movements were fully coordinated with Israeli forces and all details provided ahead of time.
So if all these preparation has been going on, then how is this an incident? They knew fully well which route you're going to take. They knew with how many people. They knew with how many cars. Most likely also know the license plate of the car, and the cars are also marked. So everybody knows exactly when and where and how you are traveling. And yet the following happened. And yet this man calls it an incident.
When the team was stopped at the Al Rashid checkpoint, they were informed that Israeli forces wanted to hold 2 UN staff members in the convoy for questioning.
Why would you question United Nations when you already okayed that they are allowed to go over there? That's an incident.
The situation escalated very quickly, with soldiers pointing their weapons directly towards our personnel in the convoy.
Is that an incident? Pointing weapons at other people. That's not an incident.
The UN vehicles were encircled by Israeli forces.
Is that an incident?
And shots were fired.
Shots were fired. That is an incident? Really?
The convoy was then approached by IDF tanks and a bulldozer.
Is that an incident? Really?
Which proceeded to ram the UN vehicles from the front and from the back.
And mind you, they were not doing anything. They're just there for humanitarian aid. And this man calls it an incident.
Compacting the convoy with the UN staff inside.
How is that an incident? Can somebody explain to me how that is an incident?
One bulldozer dropped debris on the first vehicle while Israeli soldiers threatened staff.
Is that an incident?
Making it impossible for them to safely exit the vehicles. The convoy remained at gunpoint.
That is an incident, holding the United Nations at gunpoint.
As senior UN officials engaged with Israeli authorities in an effort to de-escalate the situation.
What is there to de-escalate, mister? If you are calling it an incident, it's just an incident. No need to de-escalate.
The 2 staff members were interrogated by Israeli forces and then released back to us.
What for? They already knew that you're coming. Everything has already been spoken and arranged. There's nothing they need to be interrogated. What are you? A United Nations? This is a criminal organization?
After 7.5 hours at the checkpoint, the convoy returned to base after being unable to complete its humanitarian mission, but all personnel came back. This incident and the conduct of Israeli forces on the ground put the lives of our staff in danger. It is critical that Israeli forces take measures to protect humanitarian staff and assets and to facilitate their work. This is what international humanitarian law requires.
Yeah, but you are calling it an incident. Like, they were passing by and by accident they bumped into us. That's an incident. That would be an incident. It would be an incident if they would be opening the gates for you and by accident the gate would touch your car. That would be an incident. Bulldozing other cars is not an incident. Holding guns at people is not an incident. Opening fire at people is not an incident. Stop making it sound like it is nothing. Let's see what else we had here in store. This is Resolution 1973 from 2011. Does anybody know what kind of resolution this is? This was the resolution against Libya at the time. And they were suspect of way less crimes than ISI is. So let's see what they had for them, right? This is a whole list of things against them. Protection of civilians. Why aren't they do that for the people in G? Right? Everybody knows what I mean when I say G, right? I'm not going to say because of the algorithm. A no-fly zone. Right? They had enforcement of the arms embargo. We are still selling all sorts of arms to them, to ISI, right? A ban on flights. Asset freeze. None of their assets has been frozen, right? Designations. Panel of experts and a lot of these kind of things of who they were freezing their assets of. And then they started to destroy Libya. And then later they told us all, oh yes, sorry, it was just a lie. It was just a lie. After Hillary Clinton said this.
Came, we saw, he died. Did it have anything to do with your visit?
And we suppose to still be talking about human rights and all that crap, there need to come a new organization in place. The United Nations is not fit for its role, what it's actually supposed to be playing, or it is corrupt. It is one or the other. I'm not going to say which it is. I hope you can let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you all think of this. Is this what we call an incident? Really? Or is this what we call straight T and then the rest? Let me know what word I was trying to say. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and if you have not yet, then follow. This is your favorite half Chinese, and as always, have a great day. Incident.